everybody, and welcome back to A Court of Words and Pages. My name is Natalie, and welcome to a reading vlog. I'm not quite sure how long this reading vlog is going to be. It's currently Saturday the 11th, I think, and I'm just chilling right now. It's like 4 in the afternoon or something, and I figured I wanted to start a vlog. I meant to vlog this week, but things got a little bit chaotic, so I didn't do that. But I figured why not start it now. I'm going to be spending most of this weekend just lazing around, and I'm going to try to do a lot of reading because I have put myself on couch rest for most of the weekend because I had a track meet yesterday, my first one of the season, and I got tripped and banged out my leg a bit. I got track burn all up my leg, and it kind of hurts to move around, so I'm just like, maybe I should try to not move around a lot. So I'm like, I'll use this weekend to chill on my couch and read. And what I'm going to read is Throne of Glass. I wanted to continue my read series this month, and I'm 100 pages into it, and I am so happy with this decision. I've just been reading in 50-page chunks, read 50 pages, take a little social media break, then go back and read 50 more pages, and it's been working out pretty well. I absolutely love this book. Throne of Glass is probably one of my favorite series. The first 2 books aren't as good as the rest of the series, but they're still pretty good. And I'm really excited to reread this series knowing what happens, to pick up on all the foreshadowing stuff. Some of the stuff in this book I'm already seeing foreshadowing and stuff, which is, really exciting. So that's my goal for this reading vlog. I may have a few other books that I want to pick up, like Fahrenheit 451 I want to finish. This is my classic from November, and I still haven't finished it yet. It was a rough few days when I was trying to read this, but like 20 pages from the end or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out, and hopefully I'll finish it. So yeah, it's 4 on Sunday, so I think I'm gonna go and read some more Throne of Glass. Hi, it's late. It's 11:30 or something, but I have reading updates, so I've made it to page 250 of Throne of Glass. So I have read a very decent amount of this book, and I realized I never talked about what it was about. I was just hi, I'm reading this by. So in this book we're following Selena Sardothian, who has spent the last year as a slave in the salt mines, and now she is getting the chance to try to become the king's champion, and she has to compete in this contest against 1323 something other thieves, assassins, different people of various questionable backgrounds. And if she wins this competition, she's going to be released from prison and will be able to become the king's champion. But then weird stuff starts to happen. Some of the competitors are dying mysteriously, and something's quite not right, and she has to figure it out. And there's also a love triangle between her, the captain of the guard who's in charge of her, and then the crown prince. So yeah, it's interesting. I love this book. I think I talked about it in the first clip, but it's just so interesting reading it now, knowing everything, just seeing the little bits and pieces of foreshadowing. It is so good. This book is just amazing, I think. Just even some of the stuff that's foreshadowing, stuff that happens 5 books later in the series. There's this little tiny detail on one of the scenes, and I just read it. I was immediately I knew what that was referencing. It's insane. Usually, even after I read a book and I'm rereading it, I'm terrible at catching foreshadowing and stuff, but I was able to catch it this time, so that's kind of crazy. The other thing I wanted to do quickly was show you all the books I got from the library today before I couch rested myself. I went to the library and I picked up a bunch of books, probably a few more than I should have, but 'tis the nature of life. So the first thing was volume 8 of One Piece. I'm not up to this volume, but volume 7 is currently on its way to me, and I'm on volume 6, so voila. The Inheritance Games, which is on my TBR for December, but I don't actually think I'm gonna get to it because I don't want to read this until I have the sequel, and just with library holds and stuff, that's not going to be for probably at least 4 more weeks. So probably this one is getting pushed back into January. Got a copy of The Great Hunt because this is the one I'm going to be reading this month from the Wheel of Time. And then the other 3 are ones that aren't on my TBR, but I decided to get anyway. First up is A Holly Jolly Diwali. I saw a bunch of people just raving about this book and how good it was, and I just thought it would be interesting. So yeah, it's also a festive read, so I figured maybe I should try reading 1 or 2 of those this year. I don't know exactly why I picked this one up, but I was at my library just browsing, and I saw this, and I'd been thinking about it. This is another reread, and it's Ferris by Gail Carson-Levin. She read the Ella Enchanted book, and this is a YA book. I think Ella Enchanted is more middle grade, but this one is YA. She has 2 YA books or something, and I love this book. I haven't read it in like 2 years or something, and I was just looking at my library and I was like, I really want to reread that book, and for some reason I've been thinking about it recently, so I was just like, okay, I'll get it and maybe I'll reread it. And then the final book I got was Iron Widow, and this is a new release. I follow the author on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel, and I just think this book sounds really good, and I've heard a lot of really great things about it. So I was like, maybe this is another one. And also, the librarian, as she was checking me out, was like, oh, I really hope you like this one. I read it and it was really good. So I'm super excited to read this. I think that's everything I have. I maybe am going to try to read a bit more of Thorne of Glass today. If I can read, I don't know, 50 more pages. That would be kind of crazy if I read 300 pages in one day, but who even knows if that is possible. So I'm going to go up to bed and maybe read a bit more. But this has been my Saturday. I just kind of lounged on the couch. I watched some movies with my family. I am excited to go to bed. So yes, I will talk to you all tomorrow. Happy Sunday. It's pretty late. Didn't update you guys at all today, but you know, that's okay. I'm probably about to go to sleep pretty soon, but I finished Throne of Glass. It's really good. I enjoyed it. I don't know, 4.5, 5 stars. I think it's an enjoyable story, and just a lot enjoyable on reread, just seeing all the hints and stuff that she's leaving towards stuff from the next book, towards so much farther on in the series. I just think it's really interesting to read them and be able to see all the foreshadowing, as I've mentioned numerous times so far. So I don't know, there's just also like one line that was like, oh my god, you know, reading it upon regoing, because like at this point in the series, like I don't mean nothing, like you don't know who some of these people are, it doesn't mean anything to you guys, but like rereading it, like I can see like everything, and you know, it's pretty cool. I'm not quite sure what my next read is going to be. I have like 2 options, and that's either Warbreaker or Keeping the Moon by Sarah Desson. 2 very different books. I'm thinking Keeping the Moon is probably going to win me over first. This will probably be the last book I try to finish for this vlog. It's like 220 pages, so like that's a pretty decent length, and then next vlog's attempt like get this done before the end of next weekend. This is long at like almost 600 pages, so it's a bit of a big one. But so probably Keeping the Moon will be next. I just feel like this will be a light, easy one. It's just Sarah Desson's. This is the first book, I think, that introduces the beach town that a lot of her books take place at. Because like in Sarah Desson's universe, I think she has like 2 locations where pretty much all of her stories take place, and this introduces like the beach town. This is probably one of the last ones that I don't love by her. My opinion of her books in chronological order. There we go. Her first 2 books I don't really like. That's Someone Like You and That Summer. They're 2.5, 3-star reads for me. If we're being honest, probably more 2.5 down to 2 stars. I recently reread That Summer and I strongly did not like that book. Keeping the Moon is where it gets more into 3-star territory. The Keeping the Moon and That Lullaby, which is right after this one, are probably pretty solidly 3-star books. I think they're good books with good messages and not completely inseparable protagonists. And then I think it's the next one, Dreamland, is one of my favorite books of all time. That book is so easily 5 stars because that's kind of the book where she starts becoming known, what she does in a lot of her books, and kind of, I don't want to say is known for, but like kind of her thing is dealing with these really heavy topics, these really impactful topics. Because like with these two, like her earlier stuff, not as much. Like it's still important stuff, but like not as heavy as what's in Dreamland, if that makes sense at all. I don't know if it does. I'm tired. I have school tomorrow. I don't want to go to school. I'm going to go get ready for bed and then probably do an eensy bit of reading. Well, the lighting is bad because I'm in my basement, but oops. So I have not been doing a lot these last few days, but I have read a book and it's Tuesday. I finished Keeping the Moon by Sarah Desson, and I really enjoyed this one. I actually liked it a lot more than I thought I would. So in this one, we're following Coley, who has had a hard life. She's never really fit in at school. At first, it was because she was fat, and her classmates would bully her about that, but then her mom got really famous as like a fitness instructor, and she got thin, and then girls started slut-shaming her basically and made up rumors about her. So we follow her this one summer as her mom's going on tour in Europe, so Coley has to go live with her eccentric aunt in a little beach town, and there she meets 2 friends, and kind of by seeing the interactions of them, she learns a lot about friendship and herself. And I really enjoyed this. Part of the thing I love so much about this book is the friendship between Morgan and Isabel, who are the 2 girls she meets. There's just something so true and reminiscent about that friendship. Like, that's exactly what a friendship is. It's like you love each other sometimes, but you hate each other other times. I mean, maybe not hate, that's a strong word. But yeah, and just seeing the growth Coley went on as she got more confident, but also some of the lessons she learned from the girls, like, don't get too confident that you become the girls that you hated. I will say, the one thing I dislike about this book, there's this romance plot line with this guy, and I don't like that plot line because I find it really hard to place the age of the characters in this book. Like, I think Morgan and Isabel have to be in their 20s. Like, there's no way they're not. And then Norman, who's the guy, we kind of get confirmed he's 19, and Coley is like 15. So that's just maybe not great. I feel uncomfortable with that part of it, but the rest of it, I really did enjoy. So, I don't know what I'm going to read next. Maybe Warbreaker? Maybe not. But I'm going to go get ready for bed because it's late and I am tired. Happy Wednesday afternoon? Evening? Me and I walk home from track. So, I'm kind of power walking home because it's dark. I want to be home. But I'm going to go to the library because I have books at the library, which is not a good thing because I already have way too many books out. But that's okay, because I'm going to get more books. I think I read like 75 pages of Warbreaker. I don't know. It's good so far. But I'm just like giving you this update as I power walk home because I want to be home and I'm still like half a mile from my house. So that is fun. But I'll talk to y'all later when I get home. But I'm also excited because I don't have that much homework. And that means, well, not much homework. I have no homework. That means I can read. I can read a lot. But I also need to edit. So, you know, that's kind of fun. But I can read so much tonight. God, I'm so excited for that. Hi. It's later, I think. Yeah, I think. Wow. So I figured I could come and tell you guys and show you guys the books I got at the library today, because I think I got 6 books. First book I got was 9 Rules to Break When Romancing a Rake by Sarah Mclean. I want to start reading her books because I just think they're going to be really interesting, and I've heard a lot of good things about them, and I was looking at suggested reading orders, and I've seen that starting with this series is suggested as the best. And then also another book I got by a historical romance author because I want to start reading her books. Again, The Magic by Lisa Kleypas. So this is the first book in one of her series. I don't know which series it is, but excited to read this book because I think this book has ties into other series, like her 2 most popular series, but this one did come first, so I'm gonna read it. I got One Piece Volume 7. I think I got the 8th one earlier in this vlog from the library, so here's the 7th one. This was a bit of an impulse one, and maybe I shouldn't have gotten it, but with all the hype about the movie coming out, and I want to watch the movie, but I don't have access to it anywhere, and I'm not going to pay money because I'm broke, I was like, you know what, I'll just settle for rereading the book, and that's The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I don't know. I like this book. I really like this book, so I'm gonna reread the book at some point soon. And then the final 2 books are in a series, and they were on my TBR, and I'm not quite sure if I'll get to them this month, but I'm still hopeful, optimistic, and that's The Bear, the Nightingale, and The Girl in the Tower, which are the first and second books in the Winter Night trilogy. Haven't quite gotten the 3rd yet. When I maybe start reading The Bear and the Nightingale, then I'll request the 3rd one from the library. But I figured 2 would be good to hold me over for now. And now for the final update of this vlog, well, the final part of the update, because I'm going to be ending this vlog here, because Wednesday night's video is going up tomorrow, so gotta end at some point. So I have managed to read 120 pages of Warbreaker, and I am absolutely adoring it so far, but I'm not going to tell you what this book is about. That'll be my next vlog, so watch next week's vlog to figure out what I thought of it. I'm in the process of editing this vlog, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to read Fahrenheit 451. I'm like 20 pages from the end. 2 things, I have not read any more of that book, and 2, I was actually 50 pages from the end, so that Natalie was somewhere else. But so in this vlog, I managed to read all of Throne of Glass, which I'm so excited to continue on with this series. So I probably shouldn't in December, but maybe I will, maybe I won't, we'll see. And I also read Keeping the Moon by Sarah Delson, which I actually enjoyed a lot more than I thought I was. I don't really rate books anymore, like not really. My ratings are very subjective, and I don't know how to rate books, but I was originally thinking this book was going to be like a 3-star, but like I think this is more like a 3.5, 4, so that's good. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Not all the books I mentioned will be linked down below because I've talked about a lot of books in this video, but all the books I read in this video will be linked down below. So if you are interested in any of those, you can check them out down there. And down in the description, you'll also find links to my Goodreads and my Bookstagram if you want to follow me there. Subscribe to see more content from me, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye!